Hello and welcome to Rosa Laura. If this is your first time on the channel, then it's so lovely to meet you. And if you're returning, it's so wonderful to have you back. My name is Rosa, I'm a digital artist, and today I wanted to talk to you all about Artfight. There's a lot of really awesome videos on YouTube already talking about what Artfight is, or how to do Artfight, or how to get ready for Artfight. But I noticed that there was a certain lack of videos about, well, is Artfight right for you? It's really easy to get swept up in all of the excitement, especially after 2024 when it hit TikTok and went really big. So I wanted to make a video this year on, is Artfight right for you? Should you participate? Now, I will give you my credentials. I've been doing Artfight for 3 years. This coming year will be my 4th year doing Artfight. I was on Team Wither, Team Werewolf, and Team Seafoam. So I wanted to break up this video into a couple of different sections. I want to talk about why Artfight might not be the right choice for some people, why it might be the right choice for some people, and then some of my personal experiences with Artfight, which might help you as an artist make a decision on what would be right for you. So let's get started. Firstly, why would somebody not want to do Artfight? Well, first off, there's a lot of pressure to perform. People can get stressed out about doing a lot of art. They feel like they need to reciprocate and do revenge on every single piece that they receive, which isn't true. You don't have to. Even though there's tiers of sort of polish and completeness from sketches to lined to color, there can be a feeling of wanting to only put out the most polished or completely done piece that you can. So with all of these factors, it can feel like there's a lot of pressure on an artist to not only put out a lot of art, but to also put out a really high quality of art. And if that really gets to you, if it makes you feel anxious, then it might not be the right choice for you. There's also the question of how much are you going to give and how much are you going to get? If you don't get as much art as you do for others, it might feel demoralizing to do a lot of work, but not receive a lot in return. But on the other side of that, when you receive art, if you receive so much that you can't return it all and you want to, you might also end up feeling demoralized. The art that you receive may be flawed, and you can't control what somebody else is going to draw. On Artfight, everybody's going to do their best to interpret your character in their own way, but it might not be a way that you actually end up liking, and you have to be okay with that when you put your OC on the site. Don't do Artfight if you just want to get art of your OC. It's not a good attitude to come to Artfight with. You have to be ready to both give and get, even though the process of giving and getting can be a little bit emotionally complex at times. So if you're just in the game to get art of your OC, then I might say opt out. All times of year there are artists taking commissions, and I know that a lot of them would be really grateful to have your business. The last reason why Artfight might not be for you is if you're really competitive. Artfight is technically a competition game with 2 dueling sides, but with hundreds of thousands of artists on both sides, there is no way that you are personally going to pull your team to victory. So if you're a really competitive person and you can't stand the idea of losing, then Artfight might not be for you. On the other hand, there's a lot of reasons why people do Artfight. There's a reason that people come back year after year. It aids in art development. It's a chance to branch out and try different art styles and adapt others' OCs to your own style, and it exposes you to a lot of different characters. When you get the chance to look at a wide berth of characters made by a wide variety of people, you really get to see a ton of diversity in character, and it can be really eye-opening to be able to see all of those characters, the design choices, whether that's the build of a character, the clothes they're wearing. It can be really, really exciting. So it's the chance to get exposed to different art styles and different characters. Another reason is you get to be a part of the art community. Internet communities can feel very insular, and it's a good chance to actually interact with other artists. Giving and getting art from artists of all levels, beginners to experts, can be really exciting. Revenge chains are really, really fun. I had a revenge chain a couple of years ago where I think we went back and forth maybe 3 or 4 times. And the Artfight Discord is very active. There's mods that are trying to take care of any questions that people have, but also it's a really fun way to build community and get to know people. So if you're in the business of wanting to connect with other artists, Artfight is a really great way to start making those connections. Commenting on pieces to express your thankfulness is also really exciting and gratifying. And of course, it's always really awesome to receive positive commentary on the art that you give as well. So if you want to know that your art is going to be appreciated, Artfight is a really great way to know that. Whoever you make a piece for, it is going to be appreciated. And of course, you probably will receive art of your OC, right? That's part of why Artfight is here. You put up your OC, you do art of others, and you receive as well. So even though you shouldn't join Artfight just to get art of your OC, it is definitely a contributing factor to why you participate, right? It's fun to trade art with others. It's fun to be able to see interpretations of your character. I personally have had a really wonderful time with Artfight. Some of my years have been better than others, and when I say better, I'm not necessarily saying that I performed better than others in terms of how much art that I did, but just my emotional state during Artfight itself. And I think a big part of that for me is regulating my expectations and being honest with myself about what I can complete and what I can't. If you're on the fence about joining Artfight, then think about your expectations. Make a goal that fits you, not your ideal you. Be open to receiving all kinds of art from all levels of artists and be ready to be grateful. I know that there was a little bit of nastiness last year with some people not being very nice to beginner or younger artists who didn't have a more quote-unquote advanced art style. And if you get art from one of those younger artists, you should still be grateful and thankful and excited. Somebody thought that your design was really great and they wanted to adapt it. There's no reason that anyone should make Artfight hostile to beginner or younger artists. It's just not okay. Don't be super competitive, but feel free to show pride in your team and in your efforts. Every single piece of art that you do is an expression of yourself, an interpretation of a character that somebody loves. So I hope that when you go to do your Artfight, if you choose to do Artfight, that you do it with an open and clear heart. I hope that this video has helped you make a decision on whether or not Artfight is right for you. I personally will be joining Artfight this year. On the topic of kind of tempering my own expectations, I'm only aiming to do 5 pieces this year. I usually do a lot of art, but I don't want to burn myself out, and I want to be kind to the people that I make art for. So I want to make sure that I put my all into those pieces, but I don't overwhelm myself. I also want to be open to receiving this year. It's going to be a really great summer. I'm excited for what Artfight has in store. At time of recording, the theme hasn't been released yet, which I was hoping it would be, but we're gonna find out really soon, and I'm really excited. Whether or not you participate in Artfight, I hope you have a really wonderful day. And of course, thanks to my patrons who help me make art, including Banjo, Confocal Clips, Deator, and Firepit. And you, thank you so much for checking out my video. Please hit like and subscribe. There's another video here if you'd like to take a look. And if you like what I do, you can support me on Patreon. And remember, it's all gonna be okay. See you next time.